Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Cloudy skies expected today with daytime highs approaching 34. Northeast winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Overcast tonight, slight chance for freezing drizzle. Lows level off around 25. Overcast tomorrow, chance for mixed precipitation becoming all rain. High temperatures reach up to 37. I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently 19.
Kansas Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. Well, if you need some of your pharmaceutical drugs, you may need to get them today, as some pharmacies around the state of Kansas say they will be closing on Wednesday to try and protest in Topeka on some of these state laws. As KSNC News reports that more than 100 pharmacies across the Sunflower State will be closing tomorrow, saying that they will be sending a message to lawmakers, with roughly 400 individuals from these stores headed to Topeka to work with legislators.
PBMs have been around for well over 40 years, and they've slowly kind of changed the industry altogether and taken over with their success of money and power. They have actually created a healthcare industry that's just unsustainable right now.
That audio from KSNT News, where they say they are trying to work on reforming the pharmacy benefit managers, or those PBMs, as they say they've had that big negative impact on the healthcare industry overall. Mid-America Network News.
Multi-platinum hitmaker Justin Moore is coming to Newkirk.
This is my field, these are my fields.
And Seven Clans First Council Casino Hotel and Resort. Friday, March 7th, Justin Moore.
So far away.
In concert in an all-ages show.
I'll be loving you.
Get your tickets for Justin Moore now at the Players Club or 7clans.com. Justin Moore, Friday, March 7th. At Seven Clans First Council Casino and Resort, Newkirk, North Highway 77.
A lot of homes built in the 90s still have their original siding and windows. If this is you, then call Burwell Construction at 316-794-3430. New siding and windows can make your house more energy efficient. Burwell Construction has been a trusted name for thousands of homeowners. Call them today, 316-794-3430, and let Burwell Construction give you a free estimate on windows and siding. And Burwell Construction will take care of all your guttering needs. Find them online at burwellconstruction.com.
If it's Goodwill, it's Burwell. Burwell Construction.
The Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks has said that there may be a new hunting season across the state of Kansas, with individuals being able to hunt an animal that recently has not been allowed to be on the hunting roster. As KSNC News reports that according to some in the Bonner Springs area, they say there is a nuisance that has crept up that includes river otters. As according to the KDWP, they recently held a commission meeting within Bonner Springs to discuss the topic of the river otters, or according to the KDWP wildlife research biologist Matt Peak, they say during the meeting, the agency did consider an increase in the number of otters that can be taken during hunting seasons. In a statement, they said, quote, they have been gradually expanding westward for roughly 25 years and now occupy most areas in the state with suitable water availability. They require permanent water to stay in an area and will not occupy parts of western Kansas lacking the permanent water. According to officials, they say the transition in policy could be a, quote, major wildlife conservation success story in the state. Mid-America Network News.
As a farm or ranch owner, you've invested heavily in your agribusiness, especially in your livestock. Protecting them from accidents, fires, and other natural disasters is crucial for your farm's success. At Blue Valley Insurance, we recognize the importance of your animals as assets to your livelihood. Visit our offices in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville to explore comprehensive livestock insurance options tailored to your needs. Safeguard your farm's future with Blue Valley Insurance today.
Nebraska Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. The Nebraska Department of Education, along with the Nebraska State Legislature, says they are preparing to take over more responsibility when it comes to public education after the executive orders that were signed by the Trump administration last week during School Choice Week to make it a nationwide implementation of national school choice and bringing the funding and implementation of public education curriculum down to the statewide level. As according to the Nebraska Examiner, the executive orders were signed on Wednesday last week from President Donald Trump, ending what he said was the administration looking at radicalizing of indoctrination in K-12 schooling. According to the Nebraska Department of Education, they say they are working on ways to implement the best new policies by taking over more control and working with the Federal Department of Education on the transition. The executive order does direct the U.S. Department of Education and the department secretary to, quote, issue guidance regarding on how states can use the federal formula funding.
Wait! Santa is done, my friends. After Santa's hard work comes the new Wi-Fi hungry connected gadgets. Make sure your router is capable and ready. Let Blue Valley help you kick off the new year on the right foot by upgrading your Wi-Fi experience with Blue Valley Technologies' worry-free Wi-Fi service.
To learn more, visit bluevalley.net.
Reporting local news, I'm Bruce Dierking. KNDY recently featured the Ag Outlook from the Mid-America Ag Network. These half-hour annual features, one on livestock prospects, the other on grains, are available as a podcast download from our website, KNDYradio.com, and our social media. Check it out today, and of course every day you can rely on the latest in ag updates as well as trends and impacts with hourly impacts on KNDY from the Mid-America Ag Network. Marshall County Commissioners meeting last week was mostly routine business with a unanimous vote to approve appointment of David Isles as Walnut Township Clerk to replace Greg Meyer, who resigned from the position, taking the office of County Commissioner. A surplus sale with Midwest Auction is scheduled February 26th. Washington County Annual Township Meeting is set March 27th at the FNB Bank Basement Meeting Room in Washington. Nemaha County Commissioners met in special session last Wednesday to discuss the employment contract of the new county administrator. An introduction to faux calligraphy class will be offered Wednesday evening, February 5th at 5:30 at the Marysville Public Library. The program is geared toward adults and is free and open to the public. Gerald L. Jerry Bourne, age 82, of Marysville, passed away Thursday. Arrangements pending with the Christy Anders Funeral Home in charge of arrangements for Jerry Bourne. Norman Stiggy, age 83, of Morrowville, passed away Friday. Funeral arrangements pending with the Ward Funeral Home in charge for Norman Stiggy. Your news on your time, a podcast of the morning and midday news blocks available Monday through Friday on our website, KNDYradio.com, and our social media. On the Marshall County Senior Citizens Lunch menu today, a Polish dog, red-skin potatoes, mixed veggies, and apricots. Tomorrow, Italian chicken, whole wheat roll, rice, Capri blend, and peaches. KNDY News Time, 7:11.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's a look at your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Expecting dry but colder than average conditions here for today as a cold frontal boundary has since pushed off to our south. Only expecting high temperatures to reach up into the lower range of the 30s by this afternoon, and even as cold as some single-digit wind chills yet this morning. Then late tonight into the day on Wednesday, as a developing low-pressure system looks to work in from the west, we do pick up a slight chance for some freezing drizzle activity late tonight into early in the day on Wednesday before we look to dry things out by Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday looking seasonably chilly for this time of year with highs climbing to the upper 30s by the afternoon. Then we'll see ample sunshine returning for both Thursday and into your Friday. Temperatures will improve a little bit Thursday, back closer to some lower 40s for highs, and wrapping up your work week in the mid-40s Friday. I'm meteorologist Michael Caro.
Average high temperature early February 42, record high on this date 75. The average low 20, the record low 17 below. Sunrise this morning 7:31, sunset this evening 5:51. On the heels of north winds continuing overnight, a chilly start hits 19 degrees. That's a check of the morning news and weather for this Tuesday, the 4th of February. KNDY News Time, 7:13. I'm Bruce Dierking reporting.
At Reflections, you'll find the sweetest ways to say I love you. Start commemorating this year's celebrations with spring keepsake ornaments. Find the best chocolates for the sweet tooth, customizable 18-karat gold charm necklaces and bracelets for the sweethearts. And for those who like the smell of a good deal, Hallmark corktop 2-wick candles are on a special Valentine's Day sale, 2 for $20. Don't forget to grab a card, meaningful or with a pinch of humor. Reflections Hallmark.
So much more than your favorite Hallmark store.
In downtown Marysville.
MHS alumni, don't wait. The Black and Red Social is happening March 29th. If you get your tickets by February 16th, you'll save. Early bird tickets are just $20. After that, they'll go up to $25. Want to sit with your classmates? Reserve a table for 8 for just $200. Enjoy a great meal, music, and an update what's going on with the new alumni board. Get your tickets now. Visit our Facebook page or mail payments to P.O. Box 305, Marysville, Kansas. For questions, contact me, Ben Throm, at 785-713-1780 or message us on Facebook.
Best team in the West continues to dominate the East. Good morning, I'm Jay Reynolds. Oklahoma City tops in the Western Conference. Second best record in the NBA behind Cleveland. Thunder last night beating the Bucks 125-99. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 34 in the win. OKC has won 17 of the 18 games it's played against the East this season. In Memphis, Grizzlies and Spurs delayed at the start because of a courtside medical emergency. Grizzlies wind up winning the game. Kings a 2-point win over Minnesota. Jalen Brunson, 42 and 10 assists. Knicks beat the Rockets 124-118. Houston's dropped their last 3. Warriors by 5 over the Magic. In Portland, Suns see a milestone for Devin Booker.
Cross court, it's Booker lining up a 3. It's on the way and good. Devin Booker knocks down the 3 and has become the all-time leading scorer in Phoenix Suns franchise history. Number 1 is number 1. Nobody in the history of the Phoenix Suns has scored more points than Devin Armani Booker.
Arizona Sports 98.7. Booker's night gets spoiled by the Blazers, though. Portland wins it in overtime. Hawks get a bucket from Trae Young with a second and a half to go. They beat the Pistons 132-130. What's gotten into the Wizards? They beat the Hornets last night. They've got back-to-back wins. That's 8 total now for the season. College ball at Allen Fieldhouse, men's side. Number 16, Kansas beats 8th-ranked Iowa State 69-52. Super Bowl week now into full swing. Opening night last night. Plenty of media questions. Travis Kelce was asked about you-know-who and her culinary expertise.
She is quite the cook. I would say, man, I'm a breakfast guy, man. Her Pop-Tarts are unbelievable, man. Homemade Pop-Tarts, unbelievable.
Pop-Tarts, yes, but Kelce passing when asked about popping the question. Commissioner Roger Goodell shooting down the perception that the officials favor the Chiefs. He calls that a ridiculous theory.
At Macy's, we're so ready for Valentine's Day. While it might feel like it's still a ways off, it's actually next Friday. Fortunately, that's just enough time for you to find the perfect gifts from our Valentine's Day gift guide. How about a hobo-style handbag from Coach? A 3-piece gift set from Lancome, Estee Lauder, or Clinique? A watch from Michael Kors? Or diamonds and more diamonds? Whatever your love loves, come into Macy's and find the perfect gift for your Valentine before next Friday sneaks up on you like Cupid with a little bow and arrow.
Progressive knows we all crave validation.
Girl, you are not 37.
I would have guessed 27.
You guys are too sweet.
Sure, dewy skin. Terrific.
Is something wrong, Ned?
Why would you ask? Just because today marks my 10th anniversary without a car accident or even a speeding ticket? But somehow, tonight's all about your skincare.
Wow. With Snapshot from Progressive, you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. And that's all the validation you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Tuesday night tip-offs, Marysville hosting Concordia. Girls and boys action live, AM 1570, FM 94.1. Our Tuesday tip-off feature game, Frankfurt hosting Onega, live on FM 95.5. Hanover travels to Valley Heights, Axtell's at Wabaunsee, Washington County at Clifton Clyde. Lynn tips off at Blue Valley, and Centralia entertains Donovan West.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. The tariff threats scrambled investor sentiment on Monday. The Dow Jones, which was briefly down 600 points, recovered to close off 123 points at 44,422. The S&P lost 0.25%, the Nasdaq 1.2%. The update on the ongoing trade war. The Trump administration has hit Chinese imports with an extra 10% tariff. Now China says it'll impose its own 15% tariff on U.S. coal and liquefied natural gas. State Farm is asking California regulators for an emergency 22% rate increase, saying it's racked up $5 billion in underwriting losses in the past 5 years. It's paid out more than $1 billion in claims stemming from the LA wildfires. As the gaming world awaits the next-generation console, Nintendo this morning reported weaker than expected revenue and profit for its fiscal third quarter. The company last month teased its new Switch 2 console. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
KNDY recently featured the Ag Outlook from the Mid-America Ag Network. These half-hour features, one on livestock prospects and the other on grains for the year ahead, are available as a podcast download from our website, KNDYradio.com, and our social media. Check it out today. And, of course, every day you can rely on the latest in ag reports as well as trends and impacts with hourly reports on KNDY from the Mid-America Ag Network.
Good Tuesday morning. Sam Speck with your latest agricultural news here on the Mid-America Ag Network. This Ag News Report is brought to you by KNDY. It's your local Case IH and New Holland dealer across the state of Kansas. For more information, their locations and great deals, find them online at KNDY.com. Well, it is that time on a Tuesday morning. We check in with the latest Steckline report with Larry Steckline. Larry, what's the latest?
So, we've got the old farm bill to work with, and it looks like it's going to be fairly decent. In the meantime, they left out a bunch of small things that were in the old farm program, but they left something in that I want to tell you about. It contains language authorizing USDA to designate a research facility in El Reno, Oklahoma. It's the Grazing Lands Research Laboratory. They've left the money in there for that. In the meantime, the stuff they left out really doesn't amount to too much to me. It sure does to those that it left out, but I'm not going to get into any detail there. The farm aid situation should be pretty much wrapped up. I hope the check's in the mail. Well, it's not yet, but it will be soon, I'm sure. So, folks, be careful. We don't spend that money too quick because there could be something that could mess it up. In the meantime, we were talking about prices of grain. And, boy, I tell you, we're getting interesting information out of foreign countries. I'm going to talk about, on the next Steckline report, Russia's drought. I didn't know it was nearly as bad nor nearly as huge as it really is, because we never get good information out of there. And the information we get, we have to be careful about using it. In any event, we have a map of their terrible situation, and it's a big one. Stand by for the next Steckline report.
Start your new year with a new career. Come join the team at Landall Company as they look to make 2025 their best year yet. Landall in Marysville is hiring for production positions, a traveling service tech, graphic designer, as well as an administrative invoicing position. Competitive wages, $2 per hour shift differential, 4% attendance bonus, and exceptional benefits, including incentive bonus, paid time off, all-inclusive medical insurance, and more. Learn more and apply online at landall.com or phone 785-562-5381. EEO Vets and Disability welcome.
From Kansas State University, this is Agriculture Today. I'm Jacob Clout. Recent frigid temperatures in Kansas have raised concerns about winter kill in the state's winter wheat crop. Soil temperatures, snow cover, and its winter hardiness influence the worry for winter kill. K-State wheat production specialist Romulo Loilato shares how environmental factors impacted potential winter kill.
air temperatures were extremely cold. So if you think between there that January 18th through the 21st, right, those 3 days, in some parts of the state, the air temperatures have dropped as low as about negative 15 degrees, right, especially in kind of in lower valleys of the state. And so that's extremely cold and definitely cold enough to cause quite a bit of leaf burn in the crop. And if the soil temperatures then also reach those levels, definitely we would be concerned with winter kill. Now, whenever we look at the soil temperatures, and the Kansas Mesonet is a really good resource for that, but we look at the 2-inch soil temperature, which is roughly where the crown of the wheat crop is at this point in time. I mean, it's probably a little bit above that, but 2-inch give us a really good idea. Temperatures really never dropped below about 20 degrees, right? So at the soil level, which right now is what really matters in terms of winter kill, temperatures are never below about 20 degrees, right? We start to get concerned potential for a winter kill if soil temperatures get to the low teens and even the single digits, right? So we start to get really concerned.
He makes a prediction for winter kill damage in the state.
Even though air temperatures got to levels that could damage the crop, probably the soil temperatures were kept warm enough that it will help the crop survive. Wherever there was snowfall and available moisture in the fall, the crop is even more likely to have survived. Now, it's not to say that terrace tops and other more exposed parts of the terrain, we wouldn't see any winter kill, right? It is possible because it got quite a bit cold.
Loilato explains how planting conditions affect cold weather concerns.
Planting was done on time. Emergence was slightly delayed because of dryness. Probably 60-65% of the Kansas wheat crop that emerged on time, I would say, is fairly safe from this event because it emerged on time and it had enough tillers and root system out there. Now, there's a good 25% of the crop that didn't get planted until November. And on that 25% of the crop that had less development, less tillering, and less roots developed out there, that's probably the crop that would be more exposed to any potential for a winter kill, and especially in parts of the terrain that might be more exposed.
That was K-State wheat production specialist Romulo Loilato on if winter wheat producers will experience winter kill. I'm Jacob Clout. This has been Agriculture Today over the K-State Radio Network.
For all your propane and propane delivery needs, contact Hoovers in Greenleaf. Call 747-2201. Propane is safe, propane is clean burning, and propane is economical. Hoovers in Greenleaf offers prompt delivery and excellent customer service. Give Hoovers in Greenleaf a call today, 747-2201. That's Hoovers in Greenleaf.
There is such a thing as keeping your kids too clean. We'll tell you why some experts are singing the praises of dirty kids on the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report.
Have you ever tried to buy gold and silver and felt like you were talking to a used car salesman? That's because the precious metals industry is like the Wild West. Salesmen can say pretty much anything or make any promise they want without repercussion. But Genesis Gold Group is different. They're a faith-driven Christian precious metals company and believe in educating their customers, not pressuring them for a quick sale. Genesis Gold Group focuses on customer service, not sleazy marketing. Genesis Gold Group is named after the first book of the Bible for a reason. Proper stewardship of wealth is their specialty. Find out why they've earned a 5 out of 5 rating through the Better Business Bureau and how they can help you secure your wealth or retirement through physical precious metals. Call right now to learn more.
800-603-5815. 800-603-5815. 800-603-5815. That's 800-603-5815.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Tuesday, February 4th, the 35th day of the year. Aviator Charles Lindbergh was born in 1902, and Facebook was officially launched on this day 21 years ago. If you grew up on a farm, you are much less likely to suffer from allergic diseases than someone who didn't. Why? Tending animals and playing in dirt provides early exposure to a variety of germs and bacteria. It helps the body learn ways to defend against them later in life. It builds sort of a biological database accessed by the immune system when protective measures are necessary. What about non-farm kids? Having a pet, playing in the sandbox, enjoying a petting zoo, and romping with other kids are all ways to get some of that beneficial germ exposure. That is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Learn more and get the advice of the day at almanac.com.
Amish Trucking Incorporated proudly supports all the area FFA chapters and thanks them for teaching local youth the skills that will ensure a promising future in a diversified agriculture industry. From everyone at Amish Trucking Incorporated in Seneca, commercial trucking, truck and trailer repair.
728 from KNDY at a chilly 19 degrees, still a north wind. Highs around 30 on tap today, tomorrow yet.
Good Tuesday. Sam Speck with your Mid-America Network Sports Update. As we'll start on the hardwood with the KU Jayhawks. It was Zeke Mayo scoring 17 and Hunter Dickinson adding 14 and 9 rebounds, as well as Kansas leading into its defense to shut down 8th-ranked Iowa State in their victory last night, 69-52. Bill Self improved to 38-0 inside Allen Fieldhouse on ESPN Big Monday. Kansas held Iowa State to 52 points, which was the lowest point total allowed to an AP top 10 team since 1982. Bill Self said in a postgame report, "We really guarded them, and we got into them in the last 10 seconds of the shot clock. I think 10 of the 30 possessions of the first half." Still on the hardwood, K-State, winners of 3 in a row for the first time this season, concludes its 2-game road swing tonight with a visit to Desert Financial Arena to take on Big 12 newcomer Arizona State at 9 p.m. tip-off. The Wildcats, who snapped a 15-game road losing skid with an 81-60 win over Iowa State on Saturday, will attempt to win consecutive Big 12 road games for the first time since over Texas and then Baylor back in 2023.
A sweep for the Marysville girls and boys basketball teams in makeup games at Chapman on Monday. Marysville girls were down 7 at the half, outscored Chapman 17-8 in the third, and hit 9 of 11 free throws down the stretch to lock in a 54-46 win, led by Lindsey Dressman with 22 points. Casey Rush scored 15. Lady Bulldogs improved to 6 and 7. Chapman sophomore Jai Rogers with 22 points. Irish fall to 2 and 11. Marysville 54, Chapman 46 in the girls' final. Boys were a runaway winner, 66-25, outscoring Chapman 34-7 in the second half. Chapman didn't score with a running clock in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs paced by Rhett Wurtenberger with 7 trays. He had 21 points. Willow Tot adding 19 with 8 Bulldogs scoring. Marysville improves to 7 and 6. Chapman was led by Jed Moody with sparse scoring. He only had 9 points. Chapman winless 13 starts. Marysville 66, Chapman 25. Bulldogs host Concordia Tuesday. Reporting for KNDY Sports, I'm Bruce Steerkin.
Tuesday night tip-offs, Marysville hosting Concordia. Girls and boys action live, AM 1570, FM 94.1. Our Tuesday tip-off feature game, Frankfort hosting Onega, live on FM 95.5. Hanover travels to Valley Heights, Axtell's at Wabaunsee, Washington County at Clifton Clyde. Lynn tips off at Blue Valley, and Centralia entertains Donovan West.
Twin Valley League Basketball takes over KNDY FM 95.5 tonight as Frankfort hosts Onega starting at 6 p.m. In the boys contest, second-year head coach Adam Schreiner and his Wildcats set at 11-4 on the season, with postseason admirations fully in sight with less than a month left in the high school basketball season.
Now you're getting to that time of season where you try to put everything together and get on a roll when you get headed into sub-state. And so we have that opportunity just like others, and I look forward to the kids stepping up.
Frankfort girls and Onega girls tip off at 6 p.m. with boys action to follow tonight on KNDY FM 95.5. While on our sister station AM 1570 FM 94.1, Bruce Steerkin has the call as the Marysville Bulldogs host the Concordia Panthers. Your home for area high school sports coverage has always been KNDY.
KNDY is proud to be your local sports leader. For over 40 years, KNDY has been bringing you the scores, interviews, and live play-by-play action of your favorite teams all season long, year after year. Not just playoff time. Times and technology change, but our dedication to area sports remain the same. KNDY Sports, on air, online, and on our mobile app.